isn't always easy, especially when it comes to dealing with handsy TSA agents. I've been there. In a recent letter to Slate, a 36-year-old web developer named Max shares his plight of walking through airport security with a large member. Yes, a large member. He says his enlarged package always stands out on the body scanners, prompting agents to pat him down about 2/3 of the time when he's traveling. According to Max, the TSA scanners compare your silhouette against an average body. In order for the scanners to work properly, one's feet must be placed in a wide stance. That's bad news for Maxie because he's got a big package. So big is not the best all the time. What are we all talking about? What do you think about this?
This is hilarious. I mean, being from Indian descent, I am traveling so much. Like, I've had my fair share of pat downs.
You know what I thought you were saying? You know what I thought you were going to say? Being of Indian descent, I know what it's like to have a big package. So that happens to me all the time. I was like, really? I've traveled with you.
No, we traveled internationally. We went to Costa Rica.
We went to Costa Rica, yeah.
I remember I got pulled aside and I had to get patted down every single time. It doesn't matter where I'm going. I always get randomly selected. Randomly selected to get pat down, and they're always like, "Oh, do you want to go into the private room?" I'm like, "No, you're gonna touch my dick right here." In front of everybody. And I'll often get like other passengers who are passing by, and they'll tell the TSA agents like, "Why are you being so, aggressive?
Intrusive,
like, why, like, is that necessary?" Like, and I've heard the comments, like people actually like come to my defense because they do get really aggressive.
Yeah, no, they do. And I have to agree with you that unfortunately, like, again, we're very different in shades, okay? But I used to get randomly selected too, and I think it's because my last name is Alberna. So whatever, long story there, look it up, okay? But, and it would be like, I would try my best not to have an underwire bra or to have any bracelets or to have any kind of metal. And it didn't matter. It would always light up and I would always have to get pat down. And I always would get pat down by somebody who enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like where it was just like, and so like past, like after the second and third time, I said, you know what? I might as well enjoy this too. So like now when it happens, there's always a big, beautiful woman. She's patting me down and I'm like, F it. Get your feels off.
No,
I mean, what else am I going to do?
I get it. But I also think it's because you're Colombian.
So what? They think
they
I'm
have
cocaine?
That in the system. They're like, we need to pat her down.
Don't
make
trust
sure
her. She has some kilos somewhere going on there.
But
for sure.
No, when I go to the airport, it's like the most action I've gotten all week.
That's messed up. That's messed up. But it's still, for a lot of people, it is that way. My brother, when I travel with him, he lives in London, and he literally, like, I'll be online with him to go through TSA, and I turn back around, his pants are around his ankles, he's got no shoes on, his belt is around, I mean, like, he's literally, like, naked, like, walking through, and I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, look, I get randomly selected all the time, just to avoid all of that, I'm just gonna go through it in my boxers.
And it's
like, oh my God!
It's so ridiculous, because I remember back in the day, like, when my dad traveled for work, and we used to be able to go to the airport, and back then, there was no TSA, and we were able to go on the plane itself, like all the way on the plane, and the flight attendants used to give me wings, and they gave me, like, I got to sit in the cockpit and things like that. And then it was like, when it was time to go, like, okay, you got to go now. But now thankfully I have those memories, but that was back in the day when people dressed up to travel, everyone was in suits and dresses, and traveling was an experience. And now you literally have to go in slides and pajamas because
you have to go with
you have to get undressed, and it's such a mission to like have to take off your belt and put it back on and take off your jacket and do this, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
We still dress up when we travel.
That's what I'm saying. You should dress up when you travel. I hate that people go in pajamas and their freaking slides and all that. No. But going back to the story, dude, you have a big package, okay? If that's the worst part about you having a big package, deal with it. There's bigger problems, okay? I mean, seriously.
Bigger problems?
Bigger problems. In bed, you're having a great time, and I bet you someone's idolizing your penis right now, so you're good.
Wait a second, does that change, like, the weight on the plane?
Maybe they have to put him on the left-hand side because his package is so big. Or maybe he's got to go on the left and his bag has to go on the right.
Like when he adjusts? I don't know.
Who knows? So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week started with me.